Hello, hello, my desmadre souls. Welcome to Coming Home to Self No Bypassing, where we have honest conversations with our inner voice aloud. This is a space for unfiltered reflections, spiritual growth, messy truths, and yes, a little bit of humor along the way because we are here for the human experience, not to achieve perfection. I am Asa Luna, and this is our journey home. So, the desmadre of the week. Well, from my last episode, a lot happened. And to begin with, I'm going to tell you about the job that I got. And I feel like I think God is still put me through one more last test about my job situation. I think He allowed me to go back just to realize that just like how I guess like to connect more with myself and being there, it just made me realize I was feeling very uncomfortable. Because I didn't think that's what I was supposed to be. The job was good and everything, but um, I think it's just right now because the whole world is going through a major shift, energy shift. I think that's why everybody is freaking out. Um, the economy and just jobs and just bunch of stuff around us. I think the world is trying to it looks like it's in a chaotic state, and I think that's why everybody is seems like it's divided in a way. And this job I got was with my union. I am an electrician, and it just still felt kind of weird. It felt odd. Not the job itself, like I love doing what I was doing. I really did, but the environment was not ideal. I just feel like I had to pretend to be someone I'm not because I was interacting with people who are not spiritual like me or like open minded like me, and it just felt like I had to put this face. Um, and that took a lot of energy out of me. And honestly, I remember what happened in my last job, and I said, I don't want to be in a place where I am not comfortable just for the money, because at the end of the day, I I allow so much bad behavior and so many boundaries that overstep. The people like step all over me pretty much. Especially the management there in my past job. And then I didn't quit for the money, and I ended up getting wrongfully fired, and it caused a lot more problems. And honestly, um, I feel like when that happened in that job, I said I was never going to allow anybody to make decisions for me, and I was not ever going to allow anybody to overstep and my boundaries. And then I was going to stand up for myself. And when I didn't feel like I belonged somewhere, I was going to move. So that happened. I started feeling a little bit weird. The vibe was off. The job was slow. Like, I honestly didn't understand why I was doing there because they didn't even have work. And so I was thinking that maybe I should talk to the owner and like ask like what's the plan? Like why did you bring me here if there's not enough work? And I was going to talk to him and ask him, if you don't have enough work, and if I don't want to wait until my 90-day mark, because if I stay with them for 90 days, I lose my number in the out of work list, and I will have to go back to the very bottom. And I didn't want to do that. So I wanted to be very clear with him about that. And I was going to talk to him Monday, and it was Friday, when I was thinking about this stuff this past Friday. And the owner came and talked to me and just said, "Hey," and this happened like I haven't talked to this guy. I didn't talk to this guy. I was planning on doing it Monday. And I was praying to God, and I said, God, like, I trust you. I trust you. I have faith in you. And if this is it, like, just give me a sign that I will recognize. And Friday came, and the owner came to the job, and said, "Hey, so I just want to be transparent with you. Like, there was a big job that we were waiting for, and it's no longer happening anymore. They canceled it on us yesterday, so I'm gonna have to let you go because I don't have work." And I said, "Oh wow, like that was fast." And I said, "Okay, yeah, no worries, no hard feelings. I understand it's not personal. I understand what's happening, and actually, I wanted to talk to you about this situation on Monday anyway." So that happened, and I guess I didn't feel desperate. I didn't feel upset or anything like that because I was already prepared for that anyways. I already knew that was what probably was going to happen. And so that happened, and then on Friday, and then on Sunday, I guess this is hard to say, but I find out that I guess my husband was having some, I guess he already made a decision or something that he needed a break from me. That's what originally he said on Saturday, on Friday, and that was surprising too. And then on Sunday, um, yeah, then Sunday we just split up, and that was very hurtful because I didn't see this coming. I was ready for the job situation, but I did not see my marriage coming to an end, and that was very hurtful, and that broke me. That broke me really hard because I felt betrayed, and I felt alone in a way. Like, but the betrayal, it was the worst. It was just didn't see it coming. Didn't see it coming at all. And the fact that I had to ask if this is what's happening because I don't know why, but I guess he chose to, I guess, do it the easy way to just get out when things got hard. And I guess um, that was hurtful too because I never believe in family or husbands or anything like that. Having more kids, I didn't even want to have kids. So, but when I met him, I put all my faith in him, and I believed that this was going to be different. And honestly, it was heartbreaking knowing that that was not true. And then those expectations and that, I guess those, yeah, those expectations that I had in our marriage and I expected from him were not like that. And honestly, that was really hard. That broke me. That broke me 100%. But I feel like if he made his choice of not wanting to be with me, that's out of my hands. I can't do anything about that. And I don't know what's gonna happen either from now on since it's so fresh, but I do know that I ask God to help me with my faith. Help me to have like 100% faith on him. Help me to be strong and help me to believe and trust that things are gonna work out for the best. And so in this time in my life, time and space, I am feeling so calm. And I think the reason why is because I already said what I wanted. I said I want to be happy. I want to be more creative. I want to be more in my feminine energy. I want to be more at home. I don't want to be driven by money. I would love money to come, but I'm no longer chasing money. And I also want love. I want to be loved and I want to be cared for, and I want a life where I can be myself and where I can express myself, and yeah, I can completely be myself. And I guess I don't know why this happened. I'm assuming it has something to do with my request. And I know there were issues that obviously, as an individual in a marriage, like my husband and me, we need to work on things. And I think this happened because this is a way for me to either me and my husband gonna get aligned and we're gonna start healing together, and that's the only way that things are going to work out. And if that's not the case, we are not gonna be able to be together if I'm doing the work and I feel like we are not aligned. And I feel like everybody in this world has mental problems, mental health problems, emotional problems, past trauma, because we are all humans and we were all raised by humans. So it is our job to work on our traumas, to work on ourselves, to get better so we can be whole. And once you're whole, you can love yourself. And once you love yourself, you can love others. And I think that's why God put me in here in this position, because I do believe that I am healing from my postpartum depression, and I'm doing everything that is within my power to do this. I am um, being a good mom. I am taking sacred medication. I am doing therapy. I already went to see a doctor as well. I got my blood test. I am doing my meditations. I am doing my journaling. Obviously, I'm doing the podcast. I'm working out. I'm running. I'm doing everything I can within my power to get better. And the reason, I'm sorry, I think I'm like getting sick. And I think I know in my heart that I am getting better, and I know it's a slow process, but I know I'm in the process of healing. And my husband also has things to work on, and if he is not doing anything about it, it's going to slow my process of healing. And I think this is for both of us. I think this was meant to happen because I did give an ultimate to my husband. I did say, okay, we need to do this, or otherwise we can be together. Um, uh, Something like that. Like, I made it seem like you have to choose this or you have to choose me. And sadly, he did not choose me. And that hurt me. But at the same time, that tells me that he's not there. That tells me that he has a lot of work that he also needs to do. And in reality, it hurt me. And I was questioning and just being upset. But then at the end of the day, I I'm grateful that this happened, because this will be the only way to actually either fix our marriage or separate for good. And the reason why is because, like what talk about all the time, right? Like, if you are in a very comfortable spot and you're not doing anything to move and get better and get out of your comfort zone or fix the issue, life and God is always going to be sending you hard, like, test, hard things that it will make you move. And I think that was what was happening with us, that um I was doing the work. I don't think my husband was enough doing the work, because he needs to seek like a therapist like me. He needs to want that change. And I feel like if that's not happening, then he's slowing down my process too. And then because we are both not processing our issues, then how are we gonna fix our problems and our traumas and our depression and becoming a new parents and being in a new marriage and having kids from his side, kids from my side? Like, it's just a lot, and a lot of family that get involved in our issues as well, like his side of his family. So what I'm going with this is that I feel like there's marriage are like that, I believe. Like, it's just a lot, and then people need to be able to work together and work individually as well to better themselves, and then you can come together. But if you are not there and only one person is doing it and the other person is not, it's just not going to work out. And I think this is what it's happening. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not perfect in any way, but I do feel like I am doing the work. And at this point, I feel like God is telling me I didn't run from my problems. I didn't leave my family, and I always chose him. Now it was his turn. He needed to seek for help. He needed to face his issues, and he needed to stay by my side as a husband. But he didn't. He chose not to, and that's something that was hurtful. But I think God put me in this situation because he doesn't want me in a spot where I don't belong. And I think right now we don't belong with each other. And I think that's why this happened, because it needed to happen. Otherwise, it was never going to change. I was never going to take action. I was not going to leave him. And he was never probably going to seek help either, because it's just, we needed a wake up call. So, how I see it is, this is the wake up call. And I just feel like it's been a rough week. But even though this is very painful, I told myself I am not going to oppress my feelings. And because I say I'm working in my feminine energy, and I think that is very, like, being vulnerable, it's very feminine energy. Um, oriented, I guess, like, because I am now pressing, I am not saying no, I don't care, or I'm gonna move on, or fuck you, like, I'm honest, and I'm like, I'm in love with you, I didn't see this coming, and I am gonna cry, and my heart is broken, and if I need to cry, I'm gonna cry, and if I need to feel my feelings, I'm gonna feel my feelings, because I am going to allow to feel. And I wondered if, like, I also ask God to help me with that. Like, I want to be more in my feminine energy. I want to be more vulnerable. I want to be more sensitive. I want to express my feelings, but I don't want them to control me. I just want to be able to express my feelings without any fear, because sometimes, in my case, that I don't have family. My parents is only me and my son and my baby. I don't have a backup plan. Like, I am my backup plan. So when you grow up in a situation like that, I think you become more like analytical, and that's why my male energy took over a lot, because then I had to take care of myself. Nobody took care of me. I had to take care of myself. And it got to the point that I realized that now I'm ready to be vulnerable. Now I'm ready to be in my feminine energy. And I do believe this is the reason why God is putting me through this test, because it's literally testing my faith. It's testing my trust. Is testing my patience. It's testing my calmness. Is testing if it's true that I really want to be vulnerable and I want to be able to express how I feel. And this is a hard test, and as well with money. It's I have no job, obviously. My husband obviously didn't choose me. And then it's crazy because it seems like all this is very negative and I'm in the chaos. But my mind is telling me this is terrible and it tries to freak me out here and there. But the fact that I'm able to stay calm right now, and the fact that I am trusting, and the fact that I am talking about this, it just tells me that I am in the right path for healing. And I think I also want to work and not take things personally, and that is really hard, especially when it comes like about my heart, about my someone I'm in love with, and even like also when I got let go from that job because there was no work. I'm trying to think is like to work through not feeling like it's the universe is attacking me or God is against me. It's just it's part of the human experience. Pain is also part of the human experience, and growth sometimes it just feels like that. And I feel like I really do feel in my heart that this was meant to happen, and I'm feeling proud of myself that I'm able to do this and staying calm and staying um I'm not freaking out like I used to. Like when I lost my job in October 31st, I was freaking out. I was so freaking out because I was like, fuck, like no job, no like like what how am I gonna pay my bills? And my husband was with me, so it was not as bad as this situation now where my husband is not anymore with me. I don't have a job. Um, and I was still waiting for unemployment to pay me. I feel like I don't know. I honestly I already told God. I talked to God and I said, "Look, I want to be careful. I want to have faith. I want um more in my creative side of things. I don't want to be chasing money. I don't want to be chasing anything anymore. I want to attract. I want to be happy. I want to be calm. I want to just be. I don't want to be attached to things and to yeah, money and material stuff and just people who are not for me. I want to be able to let go. I want to be able to be more in my natural form, I guess, which is more love and care. And I want to heal. I want to just, I'm ready for the shift. I'm ready. And I know something is coming. I know something big is on my way. I don't know what it is. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I know what it is. I know it's going to be a big blessing. I know everything is going to fall in place, but I don't know how that looks like because my mind is limited and I cannot see what God has prepared for me because God can see it all. I cannot see it all. My mind is limited. I can only see according to my past experiences. So this is new to me. I never been in this situation, but I also pray to God to give me uncomfortable situations and allow me to be okay in the chaos. And this is where I'm at. I'm in the chaos, and I guess I didn't want to just stop this podcast, and I didn't want to not upload an episode because definitely it's really weird. It's definitely feels scary. It almost seems like I don't have good news to tell you, but um, but I will be lying if I said I'm not calm. If I will be lying if I'm saying I'm in a terrible mindset, I am freaking out. I am not. I am not. And maybe that's the message. The message is that I am calm in the middle of the chaos. And that's because I have faith in God, and because God loved me so much that He is opening my mind, He is opening my heart, and He put all these amazing people around me, they care and love me. Like literally since that happened, I've had all my friends texting me and calling me and checking up on me, taking me out to lunch, hanging out with me. Like they've been so supportive, and that it's been a blessing. That is just makes me feel amazing how I have so many people that care for me, so many people that are there for me, so many people that are checking on me every single day. And I think that's the message. That's the message that I am in a chaos, and I think I used to freak out and I used to always see the negative part of the situation, and not anymore. And I used to chase and take action out of desperation. And I'm not doing that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to trust, I want to have faith, and obviously I'm not just sitting here. Um I want to continue this podcast. I want to continue going to the gym, continue showing up. I have some ideas um for different careers or ways to bring money, but I am not taking this production because I know that's not gonna end it up well, and it's not gonna take me anywhere. So I'm not longer chasing. I'm attracting, and I think God is trying to show me that. He's trying to give me one last test and see if really I am ready for this. And I think I am very proud to say that I am. I am ready for this. I am ready to put it all on the table. Just risk it all. I am ready because I'm in the spot where I don't have. It's. I mean, I don't have any other options really. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. So I think the only thing I can control is me not freaking out, which I am not. I was very sad and I was very angry when that happened on Sunday. But I think my anger, I left it there. My anger, and yes, I am upset, but I think I'm more hurt than anything else. But I'm feeling at peace. I am very blessed for having so many amazing people that are around me and my baby. And yeah, I don't know where I'm going. I just know that I am going. My goal, I can see it. It's blurry, but I can see it is something amazing. Something amazing is coming. And when it gets here, I'm gonna let you know what it is. But in the meantime, that's what is happening. I am going through a breakup right now, and it's a little hard right now, and I'm gonna allow my feelings to go through it, but I am not gonna allow them to take over me. I have to be well for me. I have to be whole for my two sons, and I have to continue. I have to continue this path because things get hard, but I think it's very important to just keep going, to keep showing up, even if you're broken, even if you're hurt, even if you are, if you even if you don't see, if nothing around you points at things are gonna get better because everything is worse right now. But I think I'm chilling. I'm good. I know that God is gonna provide for me, and that is definitely out of my comfort zone. That is definitely something completely out of my power. But I am very grateful that I have amazing people that are here for me. And that's the desmadre of the week. Just not sad, just learning to be calm in the storm. I am feeling like I'm in a tiny little boat in the middle of the ocean in a very aggressive storm. And it almost seems like my boat is about to go upside down and I'm gonna be lost at sea, but I'm not letting go. I know that that's not it. I know that that's not gonna happen. I just know it in my heart. I know that God is not going to just leave me there. And I feel like that is like the most beautiful thing that I have felt in a long time. That I know no matter what, and I know that even though I'm not in a good situation and I am heartbroken and I have no job and I have bills to pay and stuff, I feel like I know in my heart that things are gonna work out, and I think that's beautiful. I think that is just so beautiful that I am able to feel God's love, and it's telling me that I am not alone. And something crazy actually that happened yesterday, which is a very intense story. um, I was in bed and I couldn't go to sleep, and something was telling me, my inner voice telling me like, get your card, like get your tarot and pull your cards. And I was like, right now? And my head, my little voice, yes, right now. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. So I went, grabbed my cards, I pulled my cards, and literally I started crying because it was literally like telling me that the universe is ready to give everything I needed. The second card was telling me that I don't have to do this alone. I don't have to be alone. God is there with me. The spirit, my spirit guide is right there with me, and all I have to do is ask. But ask with faith, right? And that's what I'm at. I already said what I want, I already said what I need, and I'm just trusting. I'm just trusting that this is gonna work out. And I listened to this podcast called The Manifesty Bestie, and one on her episodes, she said something very powerful that really stuck with me. And every time that I feel that I was going through the faith situation, that I was doubting, um, I'll remember her words, and it was something um, like when you have a seed and you plant that seed, and you're not like, once you bury it, and you're not taking it out of the dirt to check if it's growing. You're not doing that. You simply watering it, and you're taking care of it, and you letting it take its course, because you know that you planted a seed and it's gonna grow. You don't need to every day come and unbury it and check if it's growing. Like, you just trust it is gonna grow because you already put your seed there. You're not checking every single day or every single hour. And I feel like that's how I feel right now. I already put my request. I already asked God for help. I am continuing asking God for help. And I just need to trust. I just need to trust that as long as I'm doing what I'm supposed to, like listening to my inner voice, following my God, showing up, continue doing the work, continue doing what I can. That's all I can do. And God is going to provide. So that's where I'm at right now. Just a little bit living in the chaos. I'm right there in the mess with you. And I know other people are going through maybe more rougher things than me, but I'm just sharing my experience, and hopefully if you feel like you're there in that mess and you don't see how things are gonna get better, they will. They really will, and just have faith, and don't forget to ask God to help you and guide you. And maybe our issue sometimes is that we forget that we don't have to do this alone, and we can ask for help. Especially, like I said, I realized how many people I was vulnerable, and I opened up to my closest friends, and I say, "Hey, this is what's happening. I am not okay. I need a lot of love, a lot of attention, and a lot of just support." And that's something I wouldn't do, because I was so into my male energy. I would hate asking for help, and I would not try to be vulnerable at all. And now I'm just like, you know what? This is how I feel. Same my social media. I'm not like posting crazy stuff, but I feel sad. I am listening to sad songs sometimes, not all the time, but I am. And I'm like, I'm not putting any show. I'm not pretending I'm okay. This is what I'm doing. I'm broken. I'm going through a breakup. I lost my job, and I am here on the mess, but I know I'm going to be okay. And I just want to be raw. I just want to be, I don't have to prove anything. I don't have to chase anything, and I don't have to put a fake face. This is my whole self. I am broken, but I'm still like following my dreams and following through what I said I was gonna do, which is just trusting God 100%, having faith. And I feel like I never felt this calm ever in a chaos like this big in my life. So that makes me also proud because I know that is growth. That's a lot of growth compared to a few years ago or even last year, like when I was freaking out that I lost my job. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So if you're out there in the chaos, if you are going through something hard, just remember we are all right there with you. It's just, you know, we just gotta be vulnerable with each other. We just gotta be open with each other and remember that you don't have to do it by yourself. And if you don't have people around you that support you or you feel alone, just remember you can always pray or meditate or I don't know, whatever you believe in. There is a higher self, there is a higher source out there that it is taking care of us and it does exist. And I believe if you are listening to this podcast, if you're listening to this episode, it's because somehow you believe in something like that. So just remember you're not alone. I'm right there with you. Thank you for listening to this message from my inner voice aloud. Thank you for being here. If anything I share resonated with you, just know that you are not alone. I hope you can be here for my next adventure. Don't forget to get out of your comfort zone. And alright, stay messy, stay curious, do something that scares you today, and don't forget to listen to your inner voice.